care of each other.
It happened around the same time senators negotiating the text of a gun safety bill missed their self-imposed deadline. They're pausing talks for the weekend. The latest shooting may remind them of the continuing threat.
I promised that once the text is done, I will put it on the floor as soon as possible.
Now it's unclear if the Senate will be able to vote on gun safety next week. The framework has enough Republican support to pass the Senate if lawmakers agree on the bill's details.
I think we're in a better place in terms of the grants to states that have crisis intervention programs.
I think Senator Cornyn thinks what I believe, which is that the American public is not going to accept nothing as an answer.
One sticking point is whether states have to spend red flag law funding on red flag laws. Those prevent people considered a risk from having firearms. Another involves the boyfriend loophole. It's about whether an unmarried partner can have guns if found guilty of violence against a dating partner.
If there's a little give on both sides, we can get it done.
I'm Amy Kiley reporting.
Victims and survivors of the Pulse nightclub shooting, they'll be commemorated today in Orlando. The event, hosted by the former Orlando police chief and candidate for United States Senate, Congresswoman Val Demings. They'll also highlight critical gun violence prevention legislation to keep police and communities safe. The commemoration, it begins at 11:30 this morning. 4:35 now today on 5. Lots of flooding causing damage to one of the nation's most popular national parks. What park officials are saying about reopening Yellowstone National Park. Plus, Palm Beach County's pushed to have you take public transportation instead of driving your own car today. We're explaining here on WPTV News Channel 5.
Ranking up the heat and humidity throughout the day today. The weekend, another warm one in store, but our rain chances on the increase. A closer look at that coming up.
Heads up for you this morning. Don't panic if you see a bunch of smoke coming from Jonathan Dickinson State Park today. It's actually a good thing, believe it or not. The Florida Department of Environmental Protection, they'll burn about 200 acres on purpose today as long as the weather cooperates. To put it in perspective, that's about a fourth of the size of Central Park in New York City. The goal of these controlled burns is to prevent future wildfires and to promote a good habitat for plants and animals. The oldest national park in the United States could be closed for the foreseeable future. Historic flooding has destroyed entrances to Yellowstone Park, as well as bridges and roads inside the park and surrounding communities. Right now, crews are unable to fully assess the damage to the northern entrance, though, expected to be closed all summer, but the southern loop could be reopened in a matter of weeks. The new James Webb Telescope might be getting all the buzz for its new space discoveries, but the Hubble telescope is still making discoveries of its own. Scientists believe the Hubble might have detected a black hole about 5,000 light years away. Wrap your mind around that. The detection is in a spiral arm of our Milky Way known as Carina Sagittarius. Researchers believe this black hole is in motion and think there are about 100 million more free-floating black holes moving about our galaxy. I just heard Sagittarius and I thought horoscopes, Katya. I don't know why.
Oh yeah, I mean, well, look, this, we always like to look up at the stars, and you can do that this morning because we have mostly clear skies out there. What is the sign right now? What is the astrological sign?
Gemini?
Is it? Is it Gemini? I don't know. We have to look that up and see. Anyways,
we'll
all
get
right.
back to you on that.
Whatever it is, it's doing good for the tropics because nothing really going on. We do have this little area of showers and storms in the southwestern Caribbean Sea. Low chance of development with this system. The chance of formation keeps going down and down. Now down to a 10% chance of formation over the next 5 days. You can see that Saharan dust still sweeping across the Atlantic here. It is starting to move out of our area, so not really hazy. Haze sticking around like we've seen over the last few days. More bright sunshine this afternoon with highs right around 89 in Fort Pierce.
All right, it is now 4:41. Every vote matters. They're pushing Palm Beach County to help people experiencing homelessness get to the polls. Plus, the labor shortage now having cruise lines cutting back on trips. What else you could see less of on your next cruise? We're watching WPTV News Channel 5. Hey, Riviera Beach preparing to build mooring fields as boaters, they feel priced out of their passion. Along with fuel costs, mooring rates, they've also spiked in recent months. Now, lifelong boater John Sprague is helping the city build 2 mooring fields as a cost-effective method that would make 156 moorings total. The other 100 will be south of Peanut Island. Sprague says just to put 1 mooring in the ground averages between $3,500 and $4,500. When you compare that to building a slip, it's upwards of $150,000.
There's 56 spots planned between the city marina and the Blue Heron Bridge. So this mooring fields are going to be an affordable alternative.
The city said they'll have a boat to collect sewage and a boat to transport from shore to their boats and back. The time frame for starting the work, it could be a year away. The labor shortage is impacting cruise lines and their operations. According to a report, 365 cruise ships are sailing this month. Compare that to just 77 this time last year. However, companies like Norwegian and Carnival, they're still scaling back. Norwegian Cruise Line suspended the inaugural voyage for its newest ship, the Norwegian Prima, due to supply chain issues.
We are hearing about some delays of new cruise ships coming out because the shipyards are having some of those same supply chain issues and frankly the same staffing issues that many industries are having. So we've seen a number of cruise ships being delayed for their debuts because of that.
Some ships, they're going with limited capacity or closing some restaurants to combat staffing issues. Despite the concerns, though, experts say you can still find good deals on cruises right now. Might have to look into that. The Ocean Shipping Reform Act, it's now law. President Joe Biden signed the law yesterday, a move he hopes will fight inflation. The new law, it'll help prevent foreign-owned shipping companies from price gouging on import goods like furniture, appliances, and clothing. The president says he believes the measure should at least marginally bring down inflation on imported goods. Today, another reason to celebrate National Dump the Pump Day with record high gas prices in Palm Beach County. You've seen them. Well, it's encouraging you to use the Palm Tran instead of your regular means for commuting in your vehicle. The national holiday, it also serves as a way to bring awareness to depleting fossil fuel resources. Going up into the Treasure Coast, a major win for them and their waterways. The South Florida Clean Coastal Water Act, it was signed into law just yesterday. The law, it was introduced by Congressman Brian Mast. It'll require a task force made up of federal agencies to create a Florida-specific report about the causes and effects of algae around the greater Everglades area. Then the task force must provide Congress with a plan to prevent it. Nutrient-rich local runoff and Lake Okeechobee releases have long been blamed in part for fueling toxic blue-green algae blooms. But Congressman Mast says there's still so much to learn about the algae. Covering Florida, you can now register for this year's Python Challenge. Definitely a Florida story. The governor made the announcement yesterday saying the event is critical for the state's wildlife.
But we really wanted to supercharge those efforts and get more and more pythons out of the Everglades so that the rest of our wildlife there could thrive.
The 10-day challenge runs August 5th through the 14th. The python hunters can earn prizes for the most and biggest snakes removed. You can register by visiting myfwc.com/python. The man known as Florida's Grim Reaper running for Attorney General. We're talking about Daniel Uhlfelder. He's seeking the Democratic nomination. The attorney got attention at the start of the pandemic by combing beaches as the Grim Reaper, criticizing Florida's COVID response. Uhlfelder says current AG Ashley Moody is too partisan. He also criticized her efforts to overturn the 2020 election.
We need to protect our democracy. We need to protect Floridians. And we need someone who's not a politician to be the next Attorney General.
Former state attorney Aramis Ayala and criminal defense lawyer Jim Lewis are also running in the Democratic primary. A new report is having advocates for the homeless push for change. 90% of people experiencing homelessness, they don't vote. Now there's a push to get more people registered. The Lord's Place in West Palm Beach hosting a series of voter registration and educational events. One registration event is at Cafe Joshua, educating the homeless about their voting rights, how to register, and how to get to the polls on Election Day.
It's really important, especially now with affordable housing being in such need that there's a crisis around that. And there are pieces that are coming out at the local level that our homeless community needs to be aware of, and they need to have a voice.
The Lord's Place says they also have outreach teams that go where the homeless are to help them vote and register. Well, Katya, I told you just during the break, I found out that it is Gemini season. A trait of Geminis is that they are very serious.
Yep.
Something serious to contend with.
Right.
The heat.
Exactly. And I actually was looking some stuff up about them too. So they would make, for like careers and stuff, they would make a likable politician. And one of the random things, a bubble gum wrapper joke writer. So
okay.
If you're a Gemini, you could be a bubble gum wrapper joke writer.
I know we both
cool
like
career,
those, so we might be closet Geminis.
Exactly. Well, there you go. Well, hey, speaking of bubble gum, feeling sticky out there, our dew point sitting in the upper 70s, temperatures right around 80 degrees this morning. So it is certainly mild and muggy, but I tell you, this is a time to really get outside and go for that walk. Sun will come up right around 6:30 this morning. So if you're planning on going to one of our local beaches to check out that beautiful sunrise, it is going to be a picture perfect morning to do that. You might want to grab the umbrella because we do have a couple of showers swinging in from offshore, and I'll show you that in just a minute here. West Palm Beach at 79, at 78 in Boca, at 78 in Wellington, and we're looking at mid to upper 70s around the lake. Dew point sitting in the mid 70s, so yep, it is feeling very sticky out there. Winds, we're not really going to feel much of a wind throughout the day, so that air is going to be very stagnant. It is going to be very hot and humid throughout the day today. Radar, again, picking up at a couple of showers here and there. Here's one little shower, one little blip on the radar up around Winston Trails and also Atlantis. And then we have a few more showers sitting off the coast. And these could be pushing towards Port St. Lucie right around 8 o'clock this morning. So aside from just a stray shower this morning, the rainfall outlook over the next few days looks on the lower side. In fact, today, tomorrow, we're mainly dry, and then we will start to uptick our rain chances late Saturday into Sunday. On the water, seas running 2 to 4 feet, a light chop in our inland waters, and a low threat of rip currents across area beaches. So a great day to head to one of our beaches here in South Florida. 90 today, partly sunny, rain chances nice and low. Your forecasts for tonight, mid 70s, and we're mostly clear. Here's a look at that first alert 7-day forecast. We're at 90 today. Heat index values reaching the triple digits. Rain chances on the lower side. Saturday, a few late day showers and storms really not picking up until tomorrow evening, maybe 7, 8, 9 o'clock. So if you have any plans by that time frame, maybe grab the umbrella. Saturday afternoon to evening showers and storms, and then into early next week, highs in the upper 80s, but feeling even hotter with that humidity.